Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. I wanted to do a little show off, really, I suppose, walk through with the Wyrd of Sarah Howard. This is the second edition, just been, well, she released it for pre-order, I think, January. It's been a long while. I've had it on pre-order, back order, and I didn't hesitate because I had been wanting this deck ever since I discovered it existed after I discovered the the Bonefire mass market edition tarot deck by the same lady, and just basically fell in love with her artwork, the brightness, the vibrancy and everything else. And then I saw this paired up on a YouTube channel, only to find out it was out of print and I couldn't get hold of it. And it's just been in the back burner ever since as oh, you never know, one day that deck might reappear. And it did. Second edition by Gabi Angus-West. It's come in this little box. It's a very small deck. It's not huge. It's a two-part box, beautiful decoration. Gabi always, kind of outdoes herself. So this is the indie edition. And you can go to Gabi Angus-West's webpage if you want to purchase this deck. And this is the same lady who also did the TarotAvatara tarot, which I have a walkthrough of on my channel as well. And as I've said, the production quality is always really outstanding by Gabi. So the Wyrd of Sarah Howard Oracle of the Sacred Salty Lake. And then there's a little bit of history there. So by a shallow salty lake right by the Pacific Ocean lives an artist who makes oracle cards. Whilst out walking before breakfast for pleasure and inspiration, she fell upon the notion of seeking help from a muse. That morning, she may have met Sarah Howard, a traveller who stayed close as she made her little oracle. It flowed from the lake, whispered of parts, lives, and hinted of the recovery, human creativity. And so inside the box you'll find, and it just tells us what we get inside the box. So beautiful, beautiful deck. It's slightly different to the first edition. I don't know if the first edition even came in a box, in fact. So this one's come with a box. It comes with a little guidebook. And because I was an early bird, mine came with a bag. So I've transferred the deck into the bag, and it's a beautifully made bag, I must say. It feels at home in the bag. Normally I keep things in a box, in a bag, or in the box and not in a bag. But this one actually feels like home in the bag. It's very bizarre. I can't explain that to you. These are the backs of the cards, and they are, what do you call that? Poker size? Playing card size? Poker size? So smaller than a normal tarot deck. Probably a tarot in a tin from US Games, maybe. A bit bigger than those. Possibly. And then we have the little guidebook, which is in black and white, that goes with this deck. Gives us an introduction into the deck. Of course, I'm not going to read all that out for you. And then it goes straight into the card meaning. So this deck, as the previous deck was, is based on a suit of playing, or a deck of playing cards. So it has your standard suits in there, ace through to king. And it tells you then what you've got. So there's a little bit. So for the ace of clubs, for instance, the keyword there, we've got awake, and then waking up in the sun to find that the day is all done. Wake, woke, and wake up. And then a little bit of information there with good morning, darling. And it goes through all the cards in the same way. And right at the back, we have a quick reference chart to the playing card associations here, kind of numerological associations. And, there's your numerological, and then there's your associations to each suit and the card within the suit. And it goes through there. So that's nice for a quick reference. And then we have special thanks at the back there. And she does also thank that is the printers, is it? Yeah. So this is the guidebook. And I've taken these off the deck for the moment. So this is the front card for the deck. So the introductory card. And in the original, I think the top was, this writing would have been on a black border at the top. It wouldn't have been within the image, so it would have been on a black border at the top. And the other thing that I've noticed is that the keywords, the original keywords that sat in black borders on the bottoms of the cards, I think maybe the artwork has been enlarged slightly to fill the card, to make it borderless. I think the original might have been bordered. And we have more prompts, really, on the bottom than keywords. But this one, however, is our liminalists. And then we have you pulled out all the stops, but today you were not connected. So that's a bit like the card that tells you to put the deck away. And we have the beard of fish, and I think that's your happy squirrel card right there. So this is Gabi Angus's happy squirrel, or version of the happy squirrel. So I've taken them out, as I said, for the moment, put them to one side. This is a tight fit getting in and out of the opening of the bag. It's a beautifully made bag. Just haven't trimmed that bit out of there. And I don't think that I don't think there are any more decks left with the bags available, because it was the first so many that ordered on day one, I think, that got to get a bag. I might be wrong because it was so long ago, but I know that there was a limited quantity of bags and then everyone else just got the boxes. I'm very pleased to see that I got a box as well, however. Okay, so let's put them down and let's bring you in. So you can see the lovely bright oranges and things. So this would be a, I suppose it's a bit like a late summer deck for me, with the vibes of the sunsets and things. And then we have the playing card association on this deck is in the top right hand corner. Previously it was down here hidden in the deck. And then we have, instead of the keywords, we have the sayings instead. So you kind of don't need the book, I don't think. Let's just have a look at what Ace says again. It was awake, wasn't it? So I think awake, I think that's the original keyword that would have been here, and we've got waking up in the sun instead. So it's a bit more of an obvious prompt for the word associations. And here we go straight into the art and shapes and colours that I have come to love and adore from Gabi's work. I'm sure you don't need me to read out everything that's on the cards. And of course you could also associate these with your tarot suit associations as well. I know with cartomancy there are there's a slight difference in the clubs, pips, however you want to call them, versus tarot. But you can read them anyway, I think. It depends how it reads for you. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way, unless you're doing a very old-fashioned form of cartomancy readings. And if you want to know more about some very old ways of cartomancy readings, I'd pop over to Masha's Musings. She's into Sibylla at the moment, I think. She cares for the lake. Let's just have a look at what that keyword would have been. I'm curious. True care. So I guess that with the heart association, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Communing with nature for the 2, which would have been meeting. Partnerships. Sudden lack of confidence here for our 4, so self-esteem. Time to wet your whistle, I'd say, for dry as a bone. Truth. So it says a single card of truth, and the keyword would have been truth. We have choices, 7. So if that was 7 of cups, that would be very similar, wouldn't it, for choices? 8 for gratitude. It's a van life. Oh, that's very pretty. Well, I don't know if he's very pretty. But maybe he just wanted to swim with the dolphins too. And then we have our page. Yep, this one's intuition. In search of bigger fish. So what does this one say? Above the weaving trees, the clouds formed a word. Trying to see the word. Oh, is there? Can you see it? I can see something. I need to sit and look at that one. I know what I'm doing later. Different strokes. So envy there with our 3 of spades, swords there. That's nice. Chakra crystals. Indulgence or overindulgence. I hate that stuff. Yeah, the keyword for that one would have been panic. Definitely me. Tossed about by turbulent dreams. That goes very much with the 9 of Swords, doesn't it? Contemplating mortality. I think these are definitely, for me, a better key, I think, than the original keyword. I think I am actually preferring these. These clever little lights only come on in the dark. I do love fairy lights in the dark. So I'm not quite sure how Maverick would have fitted that picture previously. Too cold even for the dog. Oh. Queen of Spades, isn't that cold? And then we have our cloud control for our king into the Ace of Diamonds, or a diamond suit. In search of actualization. Oh, that's quite... that actually was the backs of the old cards, looking at that image, because it's the reflection. And that was the monochrome image on the back of the original. So first edition has that on the backs. Oh, so something it is good to share. Oh no, okay, so sometimes it's good to share. My eyesight is not good to share. Sarah sits and Sarah sews. That reminds me of someone that I know, always with a sewing project on the go. Eating from my hands. That was quite nice. The parrots. Who made this? I think the keyword for that one originally was mystery. Who made this? Page of Diamond, Jack of Diamond, 10 of Diamonds even, toil. This one says toil. No, mystery. What am I talking about? So it does say mystery, yep. So the keyword for that one was mystery. So who made this? Makes you stop and ponder a bit better, doesn't it? Thirsty work. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got I see you there, cleaning, gleaming in the distance. Seriously intoxicating. And the last card in the deck is our King of Diamonds. At last, a friend with a boat. Do you remember when you were younger and you had your first friend that had a car? That brings that memory back for me. At last, a friend with a boat. Not everyone who lives by a lake has a boat, not even friends with boats. Boats belong to the rich and to the fishermen. Most are neither. So we are boatless. So we, the boatless, stare longingly at the lake and imagine ourselves island hopping to remote coves on the private islands we have caught a glimpse of on a clear day. One day it might happen. Then at last a friend with a boat and you're at once the captain of the seas. What a great great feeling to have, being captain of the seas. So it's on a kind of linen cardstock. I don't think I really mentioned that. So it is on a linen cardstock. I think, actually I can't say. It feels maybe slightly thinner than the Avatara. And of course it's not edged. There's no edges on these. But when you do that, you can see like all the beautiful colours coming through from the backs of the cards. So it'd be really cool if I had the patience to match up all of those colours as an edging for the deck, but there is no way I have that patience. Let's not kid ourselves. But I do like how this deck kind of fans out, plays, and the colours is really peaceful. So it shuffles very nicely. As you all know, I don't bridge any of my decks. But I should imagine if you were one of those types of people, it might work for you. So let's see what our Sarah of the Salty Lake has to offer us as we move into the weekend, the last weekend of April. Moving into the Beltane preparations. Oh, we have a jumper. Oh, freaked out by seagrass. How about that? What a great one to start the Beltane on. Although I think, is it Witches' Night the night before? Is that the last evening of April and then we move into Beltane? Starting sunrise. So remember to keep your windows and doors locked on the last eve of April as we go. There we are. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.